We also feature Nokia digital phones, now at your local Bell South Mobility store.
Hi, I'm Tammy Robacante. President Dallenberg and I are joining together in the fight against leukemia and lymphoma.
That's right, Tammy. I'll be at this year's Light the Night Walk in memory of my grandson and to help find a cure for these two deadly diseases.
You can join too. This year's walk is Sunday night, September the 24th at Lake Ella. To get involved, call 1-800-868-0072.
Help stop leukemia and lymphoma
Before they stop you.
The Red Cross this evening is getting ready as Florida braces for Gordon.
Water, batteries, and beer at Doak Campbell. But first, Tom Soller has the latest on the storm.
Let's take a look at the rain starting to spread in, and this rain will follow the general circulation path of a hurricane, Hurricane Gordon. In this case, it will move from the southeast to the northwest as the storm circulates counterclockwise, and we think our landfall may be down here in what's called the California Swamp of southern Dixie County, south of Cross City. That is not a highly populated area, and with most storms, the bad weather, the heavy rain, the heaviest winds are on the east side. So here in Tallahassee, we may miss much of the action, but again, with 90-mile-an-hour gusts, we're likely to get some wind tomorrow night. Right now, the storm is just barely a hurricane. We don't think it's going to intensify a lot before landfall tomorrow. It's about 290 miles southwest of Tampa. It's moving now to the northeast at about 6, 8, 9 miles an hour. And again, the top wind 75 miles an hour. There's the hurricane watch area. This is a tropical storm warning, Bonita Beach up to the Suwannee River. And then the hurricane watch runs from the Apalachicola River to the Suwannee River. So we definitely have a storm on our hands tonight. The Hurricane watch posted this morning about 11 o'clock. It has also changed our forecast a lot for tonight. Showers and thunderstorms, about a 50-50 probability. And then tomorrow, we're going to see pretty good chance of rain for the next couple of days, about 70%. And again, the landfall tonight, tomorrow night, should be somewhere in the little populated area of coastal Dixie County, somewhere in the area we think called the California Swamp. Generally just brushland and pine trees. We'll be back later on with more information on Gordon, but now let's get caught up on the news.
Gordon is on his way, so look out for his wet and windy calling card.
ABC News Channel 27's Dan Cohen begins our live team coverage from the Emergency Operations Center in Tallahassee. Dan?
Good evening. How are you guys doing tonight? We're here at the Emergency Operations Headquarters. This is sort of the brain for the entire state of Florida. I'm joined now by Craig Fugate. He's the director here. Craig, let's talk about its tropical storm Gordon at this point. How serious is it right now?
Well, we just received word they've upgraded Gordon now to a hurricane. It's a Category 1 hurricane, and this is a fairly significant. We really need to pay attention to the storm. It's a serious concern, particularly for those people on the west coast of Florida.
So I'm assuming you're going to be monitoring the storm all night. Is that correct?
Exactly. This storm has been a storm we've been watching now for several days, but right now we do have a hurricane watch up for the Florida coast, and people need to really be listening to the local officials on any protective actions they may be asked to take.
So right now it's Tropical Storm Gordon, but what we're going to try and find out by the end of the night is, will it become Hurricane Gordon? That's what this team of workers is going to be hard at work doing all night long.
The time for action is now. Tropical Storm Gordon is barreling down on the capital area. Earlier, Gordon was packing 75-mile-per-hour winds. Winds that hit Tampa earlier today and could be here in less than 24 hours.
Go out, check your yard, make sure stuff that could be picked up and tossed around due to the winds by the hurricane, you go ahead and pick them up, secure them, put them away.
He also says plan for worst-case scenario and board up your windows. 5/8-inch plywood works best. Officials say get to the do-it-yourself stores and get there quickly.
With the winds now hurricane strength in the range of 75 miles an hour, your likely damage is going to be from flood.
Emergency workers will continue to track the storm. They say it should hit sometime tomorrow night. They say the next 24 hours are critical.
But that can dramatically change, just as our life has dramatically changed in the last 24 hours. 24 hours ago, we didn't know a hurricane was coming.
All right, Craig, we know this is the brain for all of Florida, so the phones are sort of quiet as of now. What is this going to look like later on?
Well, hopefully it will stay quiet tonight, but as this storm continues to threaten the Florida coast, local governments are having to make decisions about do they need to evacuate and when. And so tonight and tomorrow morning we're monitoring that and working closely with our counties on those residents who may need to leave those low-lying areas if this storm threatens their community.
Your advice quickly then, boarding up windows, bottled water, flashlights, all important at this point?
Get ready. Check your supplies. Be ready to act immediately when local officials tell you it's time to leave. Don't hesitate. Leave immediately.
Okay, Craig Fugate, thank you very much. We'll continue to monitor the story. Stay with ABC News Channel 27 for all your hurricane coverage, live at the Emergency Operations Center. I'm Dan Cohen, ABC News Channel 27. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Dan. If home isn't the safest place to be, you'll find refuge from the storm at several shelters in the area. The doors will open tomorrow at these locations: Forest Heights Baptist Church on Tharp Street, the Senior Citizen Center on North Monroe Street, Oak Ridge Elementary on Shelfer Road, and remember to bring any medications you may need and make arrangements for your pets. They're not allowed at the shelters.
The Tampa area has already felt some of the effects of Gordon, and Gordon hasn't even made landfall yet. Tampa and Sarasota and Fort Myers have all gotten rain today. The heaviest of it started around 4 o'clock this afternoon. You see people here, the Red Cross boarding up and getting ready. In those areas, Tampa, also Sarasota and Fort Myers, some counties are not ordering but recommending people evacuate if they're on Barrier Island and coastal or low-lying areas. Governor Bush has activated emergency response teams.
Football had it all over the hurricane here in the capital city, but some fans did take time to stock up on storm supplies along with their beer and chips just before the game. ABC News Channel 27's Tammy Fields continues our team coverage. I apologize, we don't have that story, but we can tell you a lot of people have already taken up the advice we've given them and stocked up at the grocery store, bought their supplies. Steve?
Many people, Myra, at that game didn't even know about Gordon and the fact that now it is a hurricane, but it is good to know that some people who were tailgating were watching their televisions earlier. They were watching Tom Seiler give them the updates, and they were staying tuned on that and getting ready and starting to think about that. There were 80,000 people at Doe Campbell Stadium today, and 80,000 is capacity. And they enjoyed the game even more because of some cooler temperatures today. And folks working at the command post out at the stadium say a later kickoff time also helped out. At last year's first home football game, 40 people had to be taken out of the stands because they couldn't handle the heat.
Well, they become weak and nauseated and sweaty and get a bad headache.
Emergency crews are always on hand at the football games to help those overcome by the heat. Normally, they take the person to a cool place, and once they feel better, they're allowed to go back into the game.
Could Gordon affect your travel plans?
And if you haven't stocked up already, now is the time to be doing that. Next on ABC News Channel 27, where news is first.
Every start, every high-speed pass, every lead change, every move up the wall, every NASCAR Winston Cup race since 1954 was made possible by one fuel, 76. Now 76 with Pro Power is available at a 76 station near you, so your engine can burn clean for more powerful performance. No matter what race you're in, get the spirit of NASCAR. Get the spirit of 76.
Your number one source for local entertainment news and information you can use is the Tallahassee Democrat, period.
Every Friday, I look for Limelight in the Tallahassee Democrat to find out what's happening in the capital city. It's a great roadmap to the local entertainment scene. I'd be lost without it.
Local entertainment coverage. Nobody does it like the Tallahassee Democrat. Nobody.
It's about our community, the Tallahassee Democrat, keeping you in touch.
ABC News Channel 27 brings you the news you'll love. Children First reports on your child's well-being, parenting, and we shine the spotlight on good kids. Health Beat, showing you medical breakthroughs and ways to stay healthy every day. Plus, the Quicken Money Report to find you the best deals and help you to protect your money. Find out why people say,
I love your news.
You'll love our news. ABC News Channel 27.
You won't believe, to tell the truth, Premiere Week. It's up to you and our star-studded panel to uncover the real sexy spy. Where do I sign up? Hottie firefighter turned BP bull rider and the expert on lift locks. Plus, who wants to get away to L.A.? Watch To Tell the Truth and find out how you can enter to win the Priceline.com LA Getaway. It's all next week on To Tell the Truth Premiere Week.
Monday at 7 on ABC.
It is a waiting game right now for Gordon, and the only thing you can do right now is make sure that you're ready if the worst happens. If you haven't already, get your hurricane survival kit. Lots of people were today. They were buying things like flashlights and batteries, also bottled water, as you see here, their prescriptions, 2 coolers, you'll need 2, a non-electrical can opener, also non-perishable food, and make sure you get enough cash because you never know if the ATMs will be working or not.
And flights are still operating in Florida, even in Tampa, Sarasota, and Fort Myers. Areas keeping the closest eye on Gordon. Those airports are open, as well as Tallahassee Regional Airport. But if you're traveling, before you go to the airport, call ahead to your airline to make sure your flight is on schedule.
And we know that Gordon could pack a pretty powerful punch, but still a lot of questions about where he could deliver that punch.
Coming up, our chief meteorologist, Tom Seiler, will tell us the up-to-date location for Gordon, so stay with us.
Ford's got your ride, and an offer that's easy on the wallet. Easy because the new 2000 Focus SE Automatic with CD player and AC is only $199 a month and a 36-month lease with $23.24 due at signing. And with exceptional gas mileage, it's easy on the wallet in other ways, too. See your Southern Ford dealer today.
I love your news.
Where can you find the news you'll love first thing in the morning? On ABC News Channel 27.
I love your news.
It's local news, weather, and traffic to start your workday. Wake up with Rick Boone and Mike Nichols.
Hey, just coming out of the TV.
That's right. Find out why people say,
We love your news.
you'll love our news. ABC News Channel 27.
Besides their beauty, these 3 little ladies have something else in common.
I have a scar on my heart, and it's right here. I have one just like this.
Hi, I'm Tammy Robaconte. Only you can stop heart disease from hitting any more of our kids. So walk with us during this year's American Heart Walk. It's Saturday, October the 7th at McClay Gardens. Call 878-3885 to get involved. Walk with McKenna, Haley, Eliza, and me, and...
Save people just like us.
That's right.
There's a reason we didn't call it the Little Picture Show. This fall, with a great movie every Saturday night, it's definitely ABC.
Been a lot of questions today about Gordon, but Tom, you say right now it looks like could possibly hit Dixie County tomorrow night?
Coastal Dixie County, it looks as if that would be the center of the landfall, and as most hurricanes, the action side is over on the east side, so that means Keaton Beach on up to Cross City would get some very heavy rain. The west side is sometimes thought of as the dry, non-eventful side. We would stay on the west side, but in past hurricanes over my career, that rule doesn't always apply. We may get breezy winds, some good rains, which we can certainly use, and that's if the storm stays on its present course.
Prove this drought. That would be the only good thing that would come out of Gordon.
It would. Let's go to the neighborhood weather Doppler radar first off tonight. Showers and thunder showers running up Interstate 75 already, with some of these carrying lightning, thunder, and heavy downpours of rain, the heaviest right now out to the south of Lake City, with the shower and thunderstorm activity moving from the southeast to the northwest. Okay, let's see what we have here. We have a hurricane on our hands tonight. We have a lot of people very apprehensive, of course, but the thing to do is face all of this with some calmness and with some planning. Now, again, in Tallahassee especially, we are a city of trees. We don't think this is going to be much above a minimal hurricane as it strikes land, perhaps tomorrow night at 7, 8, 9 o'clock. But we could have some power outages, especially to the south and east of Tallahassee. That's if the storm stays on its present course, which is north-northeast at about 9 miles an hour. So that said, you should have a minimal hurricane plan for you and your family. That includes bottled water and the things you get at the grocery store in the event power's out for a long period of time. We really continue to watch the development of this storm that just blossoms overnight. It's been very erratic. It has not been a predictable tropical depression, tropical storm. Maybe now that it's a hurricane, barely 75-mile-an-hour winds, we get some more predictability out of it. Right now, the movement north-northeast, a hurricane watch is up from the Apalachicola River over to the Suwannee River. That's the border between Dixie and Levy counties. Then there's a tropical storm warning down the western coast of Florida, and this could have lots of very beneficial rain with it. The only thing we're concerned about, the very beneficial rains may stay east of Tallahassee. Portions of western Cuba picked up about 10 inches of rain. The cold front that was going to bring us the wonderful fall weekend, X that out. This storm is putting in so much moisture, it's chasing the cool front back to the north, so our humidities are down right now. But I think tonight and tomorrow this thing moves northeast, and that puts the humidity, the tropical moisture, right back in, and we're setting up for at least 2 or 3 days of extended rain. Again, the hurricane watch covers coastal Franklin, coastal Wakulla, Jefferson, Taylor, Dixie, and Levy counties, the mouth of the Suwannee River about here, the Apalachicola River here. Now, portions of southern Leon County, Tallahassee, are only about 25 air miles from the Gulf of Mexico. So we need to all have our little plan in effect. That front's going to move out of the way. The showers and thunderstorms start spreading in tonight with about a 50% chance, especially here along the coast, and then tomorrow a 70% chance. Tomorrow, out on the Gulf waters of the Big Bend, seas becoming 7 to 10 feet, 50-50 for showers and thunder showers tonight, the low about 66. And then tomorrow, showers and thunderstorms, a pretty good bet, as much as 70%. And our 7-day first warn forecast calls for showers and thunderstorms possible right on through the end of the work week. So again, tomorrow, cloudy, windy, 70% for thunder showers. And that is if Gordon continues on its current path. If it should turn a little more north, then we'd have to change that.
And Tom, you brought up a good point earlier. You were saying that coastal Dixie County is a little populated area. California Swamp, you were saying?
Yeah, the California Swamp there's a place down there, I think, called Hog Island, and it's very swampy. Just not a lot of people live there. A lot of trees, a lot of underbrush. But that if you could pick a perfect place, if one had to hit, I think that would be among the top 5.
All right, Tom, and we'll check in with you later for the latest. Thank you very much. The Rattlers and Gators both in action today on the college football field, as well as the Seminoles. Matt Stitzinger will tell you how they came out.
Plus, the Florida State Seminoles played their first home game at Doak Campbell Stadium. We'll have a live report next on ABC News Channel 27, where news is first.
This Quicken.com segment has been sponsored by Surf South, Internet the way it should be.
Need a clear path through the internet jungle? Want the opportunities the internet gives your business? With all the snarls cleared away, Surf South connects you to the internet, forging a strong tie powered by the industry's most advanced, high-speed and problem-free equipment, sealed by a bond of commitment to your business and its success. Surf South is a leading installer of security systems. Guard against spies, hackers and viruses. Attackers will get the point fast. Surf South. Call today.
At Ray Gordon Brake Service, we don't want you to spend any more to repair your car than you have to. That's why we have quality people doing a quality job of automotive service and customer care. It always saves you money to fix it right the first time. That's Ray Gordon Brake Service. Service you can trust.
Ray Gordon Brake Service. The brake experts. The brake experts.
Oh, hey, hi, I'm Preston Scott. You want ACC football?
We've got it!
You want FSU football?
We've got it!
You want ABC News Channel 27?
Electrifying. True. And have you ever seen anything like this?
No other local station brings you more ACC, more FSU football than ABC News Channel 27.
We've got it!
It's Hollywood Square's salute to Olympic champions.
At last, I get a chance to work without my swimsuit.
Watch Janet Evans, Bruce Jenner, and Carrie Strud.
Okay, now many people don't know this, but I also was a gymnast when I was a young girl.
Bart Connor and Nadia Comaneci, plus Carl Lewis.
What are you laughing at down there?
Greg Louganis and Mitch Gaylord.
There's a lot of pressure up here.
Only on the next Hollywood Squares.
Monday at 7:30 on ABC News Channel 27.
Well, football season really got started off with a bang here at home, didn't it?
Yes, Florida State has won their first 2 games, but they haven't been home yet, and that's
Right.
what they did today, Myra and Steve. There's no place like home for the Florida State Seminoles. The Noles haven't lost at Doak Campbell Stadium since 1991, and today kicked off their home slate with the North Carolina Tar Heels. Both teams came into the game with identical 2-0 records, but Florida State made sure only one team would come out 3-0. Out to Doak Campbell Stadium we go for this showdown. Early on, William McCray gets in for the touchdown. 7-zip Noles at this point. Later on, more Seminoles. Chris Wenke finds Atrus Bell. Great cutback by Atrus. He is into the end zone for the touchdown. Florida State up 14-0. Later on, more Seminoles. They were just pouring it on today. North Carolina with the fumble. Chris Hope recovers and returns it in for the touchdown. Extra point, no good. Florida State up 23-7. Then just great second effort here by Jeff Chaney. The FSU tailback gets the pitch and bounces off a tackler there. And then how does he get away from all of these Tar Heels? He's into the end zone for the touchdown. Extra point, no good again. 29-7, Florida State. Then later on, Chris Wenke finding Marvin Minnis for the touchdown. Florida State just blows out North Carolina 63-14. So the Noles win their home opener in impressive fashion over North Carolina by almost 50 points. ABC News Channel 27 Sports Director Preston Scott is live at Doak Campbell Stadium and joins us now. Preston, the Noles looked pretty impressive, didn't they?
Matt, it was what we would call a woodshed whipping. As a matter of fact, 3 streaks are still alive. 15 wins in a row, longest winning streak in the nation. 30 wins in a row at home, and 47 games unbeaten at home. Florida State was dominating every facet of the game. Of course, the big concern going into the game, could Florida State open up the running game? They did that very effectively. In fact, after 3 quarters, Travis Minor already 112 yards rushing. The Noles rushed for over 200 yards as a team, racked up over 500 yards in total offense. They gave up a little bit more than probably they wanted in the passing game to North Carolina, but overall it was complete domination. I'm sure the coaches are breathing a sigh of relief getting the offense untracked. Now, of course, everyone wondering when that running game would crank up for Florida State. What that led to was a better passing game, easier throws for Chris Wenke. He wasn't necessarily stellar, but he was effective, 12 of 22, 267 yards. And after the game, Chris talked about how the passing game opens things up for the running game.
North Carolina was only giving up 8 yards a game in rushing, and we felt like we wanted to establish the run, and I think what that really did was open up our play-action passing game for us, and our receivers made some big plays. I missed a couple long ones, but again, it's our first home game. We come out, play with some enthusiasm, and had fun today.
You know, Chris Wenke was his usual self when it came to the big throws. Marvin Minnis, though, I think is getting the reputation of being a magnet. He makes tough catches look easy. He was huge, well over 130 yards again catching for Marvin Snoop Minnis. I'm going to call him Magnet from now on. The receiving corps as a whole did well. Florida State plays 5 tailbacks today, and perhaps the one negative, their kicking game once again suffered. Chance Gwaltney missed 2 extra points. Brett Cimarelli missed 1. Matt Munyon, my guess is going to be the kicker from now on for Florida State, unless someone else comes in and starts kicking for him. Put 2 kicks out of the end zone, 4 in all were not returned. Florida State, a good win today, defeating North Carolina State 63-14. Reporting live from Doak Campbell Stadium, Preston Scott, ABC News Channel 27 Sports.
Preston, before I let you go, I want to ask you one thing. The Seminoles, some might say they struggled in the first 2 games, but today they definitely didn't. Do you think they're cranking it up, getting ready for conference play?
I think it was real clear that the offensive minds got together and they worked something out with their blocking scheme, because Travis Minor wasn't just breaking runs on his own. He had huge holes to run throughout the whole game, and as Chris mentioned, it opens things up for the passing game. It was somewhat of an effortless win for them. They had some good timely turnovers go their way, but other than the kicking game, I think we can scratch running off of the list of things to do for the week.
Great. Thank you very much. Preston Scott reporting live from Doak Campbell Stadium. The FAMU Rattlers were also in action today over in Jacksonville against the South Carolina State Bulldogs in the Orange Blossom Palmetto Classic. The Rattlers came into the game sporting a perfect 2-0 record overall and 2-0 in the conference. Let's take a look at the score. FAMU gets it done in a big way over the Bulldogs. It's blowing them out 64-9 to move to 3-0 on the year overall and 3-0 in the MEAC Conference. The Florida Gators have had it pretty easy so far this year. Big wins over Ball State and Middle Tennessee got the Gators off to a 2-0 start. But today's game at number 11, Tennessee, wouldn't be as easy. This game is a homecoming of sorts for Florida head coach Steve Spurrier, who is from East Tennessee. Let's head out to Neyland Stadium for this one. Early on, Tennessee up 3-0. This was their problem all day. They couldn't punch it in. Travis Hamm to recover the fumble. That led to a field goal from Alex Wall, one of his 5 field goals. 9-zip Tennessee. Later on, Florida behind Ernest Graham bowls into the end zone. That's a touchdown. Florida cuts the lead to 9-7. Third quarter, the Vols are up 12-10.
And the shotgun.
When A.J. Suggs goes back, and he is picked off by Latrone Shepard, who goes all the way back for the touchdown. Florida has the lead 17-12, but Tennessee comes back behind Travis Henry. Yes, he did get in before he fumbled, folks. 2-point conversion good. Tennessee up 20-17. Later, it was 23-20 Volunteers when Jesse Palmer goes back and finds it in for the score. Take another look. Did Gaffney catch it in time? It's questionable, but the referees say that he did, and Florida has a huge win on the road, 27-23. Let's check in on ACC action. Maryland on the road at West Virginia. Brad Lewis going back and getting a touchdown to Ivy. West Virginia up 13-3. Extra point was no good. Then check out this punt. He just boots the ball. The cameraman is completely confused on this one. John Oliger tries to punt that ball, and Leon Joe recovers. Take another look at this one. Joe gets the recovery, and he's all the way back for a touchdown. West Virginia only led it 20-17, but later on, up 6, West Virginia. Cooper Rigo gets in for the score. West Virginia wins this one 30-17. Lots more to get to. We'll get that for you tonight, guys, at 11.
What a nail-biter in Knoxville.
Yes, unbelievable. Well, there's a hurricane possibly coming our way, but it was definitely a hurricane at Doak Campbell Stadium for the Tar Heels.
That's right. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt.
Well, tailgating did take on a new meaning tonight. Fans took time to stock up on storm supplies along with the beer and chips. ABC News Channel 27's Tammy Fields is live from Doak Campbell Stadium with the latest there. Tammy?
Thanks a lot, Myra and Steve. A lot of people here at the football game weren't even aware that there was a big storm coming our way. But a lot of the tailgaters nearby at the stadium or right outside of the stadium, all of them were keeping their eyes to the sky.
Now we'll have an update about 4:30 this afternoon.
These die-hard tailgaters couldn't keep from watching ABC News Channel 27's live coverage throughout the day. They're concerned about the weather, but not concerned enough to pack up and leave.
This is like home away from home.
Charles Pumphrey and his friends and family have been gathering here for the past 4 years, some from as far away as Fort Walton Beach and Decatur, Georgia.
It's nice to beat the traffic and not have the hassle factor.
And eating well at these tailgating gatherings is not a factor these folks have to worry about, not with the pie man around.
I'm known not only here, but in Jacksonville and Gainesville, Gators, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Miami Dolphins, they all know Aaron the Pie Guy.
Whether they're pies to buy or not, Gary Allen has been bringing his crew to tailgate since 1984.
Well, it's getting harder and harder. We have to make sure we get here, you know, about a day before and get our spot reserved and get in here as early as we can.
So as you can see, most of the people we spoke with today who were tailgating, who had television and radios, were concerned about this storm. But a lot of people at the football game are now changing their gears, not looking to the game, but celebrating. And now they're looking to the skies at the weather that is ahead of us. Tammy Fields reporting live from Doak Campbell Stadium. Back to you.
Thank you, Tammy. Sure. Looks like they still had a good time.
Yeah, and it could be looking a lot different at Doak Campbell Stadium tomorrow night if we get this rain from Gordon.
Well, we have been keeping you updated all day on Gordon.
We're going to bring you even more. Tom Seiler will tell us how things look right now. That's next on ABC News Channel 27, where news is first.
Number one drama on television is on the WB this weekend.
Press down the casting switch. 100. Time. Where? Wait, someone needs to take a risk. We are in 7 cc's. You are not going to die tonight. You hear me?
Zachary, I think we have a problem with Mama.
Oh, she's just getting older.
No, it's more than that. She used to be cheerful and outgoing and active in the community. But now, She just shuts herself in that house, never goes anywhere, and doesn't even want to see her grandchildren.
You're right. Something has changed.
We need to do something. We need to get help.
There is help if you just call. Greenleaf. A new beginning.
Gordon, still a hurricane. Tom, does it look like it could get any stronger?
It could intensify some, but it's getting sheared by this same cold front that we thought would bring us the beautiful fall weekend. Here are the latest numbers, and again, it's about 290 miles southwest of Tampa, but the movement has changed this afternoon. It is now moving north-northeast, top gusts 90 miles an hour, sustained winds 75 miles an hour, and it's obviously changed our 7-day first warn forecast. Rain likely tonight and tomorrow, Monday, pretty good chance Tuesday, and then a sustained scattered activity Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday with our rainfall deficit up at 23 inches. This is not a bad thing, and again, we feel the storm should go ashore sometime around 8, 9 o'clock tomorrow night. Coastal Dixie County, perhaps, there in the swamp, very well south of Cross City. And again, here in Tallahassee, we'll be on the west side of it, if indeed that scenario does play out. But still, we could get some very breezy winds. We ought to have lots of big old trees, and some power lines could come down.
It's good to be ready. Have your survival kit.
And we will keep you posted here on ABC News Channel 27.
Don't forget to join us for ABC News Channel 27 at 11 as well. We'll have team coverage.
Hello there. You know, you should always wear a hard hat when you're making a safety video.
It is really high and slippery here. That's why a good solid safety rope